friends. Today, I'm going to be ranking every Mario Kart game. This is a series that I love a lot. I have played every single game in this franchise, though I'm not going to count Arcade GP DX because it's basically just 1 and 2 combined. Though I will say that it is really fun, even though I've only played it once at a Dave & Buster's. I don't really have specific factors that I'm going to be ranking them by. It's pretty much just personal enjoyment. The only real rule that I do have is that if I played it, it counts, and I've played pretty much every Mario Kart game, so they all count. Also, I should mention the fact that I'm not counting 8 and 8 Deluxe separately. And since that's all out of the way, now let's go.
You suck!
Look, I love this franchise, but there is one stinker out there, and that's Mario Kart Tour. This game could have been good. It truly could have been. The track designs are great as always, and I really like the roster, but the gameplay and controls, they're awful. They're genuinely awful. The controls are super aggravating and they basically make the game near unplayable to me. Item frenzies were a good idea on paper, but in execution, they're garbage. I don't need a million blue shells or coins or bloopers. It gets aggravating. Also, why do certain characters have different numbers of item slots? God forbid that one of your favorite characters only has 1 item slot while the worst characters have 3. This is one of the stupidest ideas in all of Mario Kart. But then Nintendo decides that this isn't enough and they're gonna charge you for literally every single character. You don't even get to play as Mario in a Mario Kart game without paying a lot of money. But believe it or not, it gets even worse. Yeah, I am not kidding. And then there's a gold pass which gives you 200cc, some achievements, and a character or 2. And do you want to know how much this gold pass costs? Especially if you want to get it for at least 1 year? This costs more than the Switch Online expansion pack. I understand that this game needs to make money somehow when it's free to play, but oh my god! These aren't reasonable prices, this is just money hungry. Even without this greedy crap, this game is still not fun. Mario Kart Tour is genuinely awful. It's a good thing that most of the original stages in this game came back in the Booster Course Pass because I never want to play this garbage ever again. Super Mario Kart is the second lowest on the list. Wow, what a unique placement. Look, this is still a really fun game, and I do like to come back to it every now and then, but it has not aged well in the slightest, I'm sorry to say. For example, I'm sure that these visuals were super impressive back in 1992, but oh my god, my eyes are burning. Item distribution is also way out of whack by today's standards. Like, why do the CPUs have special items that players can't use? Mario and Luigi just spam stars whenever they well please. But like I said, this is not a bad game in the slightest. It's really fun, and I would highly recommend playing it with 2 players. And if you're playing this on Switch Online or the Super Nintendo Mini, then please turn on the CRT filter. Your eyes will thank me later.
Game Boy Advance?
Mario Kart Super Circuit is genuinely a really underrated game. It's basically like Super Mario Kart, but more polished, more balanced, more pretty. Pretty much everything about it is better. When I got my cartridge from an anime convention, I just couldn't put this game down. Unlike Super Circuit, I think this game aged kinda well, and I still do replay it every now and then. I'd personally say that this is one of the best games on the GBA. I'd recommend picking up an actual game cartridge or just getting it on Switch Online via the expansion pack. It's a pretty solid game.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
This is easily the most forgettable Mario Kart, but it's still really good. This installment added gliding and underwater driving. This game has probably the weirdest limited roster out of any Mario Kart game. We got Honey Queen. But oh my god, this game probably has the best selection of retro tracks out of any Mario Kart game. Coconut Mall, Mushroom Gorge, Airship Fortress, Koopa Cape, Waluigi Pinball. Oh my god, the retro courses are amazing. I would honestly recommend this game not just because of the newer courses, but also just the retro courses alone. Now this is fan service. But why is Waluigi Pinball here and not Waluigi, huh, Nintendo? What did you do to him, Nintendo? Mario Kart 64 is so charming. The characters are just so expressive and fun. Peach, Toad, and Wario in particular have some of my favorite voice clips in this entire series. My only real issue with this game is the fact that the controls are just really wonky. Like, it can be hard to drift unless you get really good at the game. Also, Wario Stadium and Banshee Boardwalk are not fun to play on in this game. Wario Stadium is really long and boring, and Banshee Boardwalk does not suit this game's control scheme at all. But overall, this game is great. It's super charming, it's really fun. Block Fort exists in the battle mode. What else could you ask for? Mario Kart DS was my first Mario Kart game, and to this day, it still slaps. My main questions concerning this game are, why does this game have banger Nitro tracks but only decent retro tracks? Why is the roster so great? Why is Rob even in this game? I played this game a ton as a kid, and I absolutely loved it. I've loved this game ever since I was about 3 or 4 years old, and to this day, it still holds a special place in my heart. And if you're all curious, I always main Yoshi.
Prepare for trouble!
Make it double!
Mario Kart Double Dash is definitely the most unique out of the bunch. Not just because of the fact that there are 2 people in one kart, but also because this is the first and only game in the Mario Kart series that introduces a brand new original character. Well, at least a good one. And the track selection here is amazing. DK Mountain, Daisy Cruiser, Waluigi Stadium, and this version of Rainbow Road is genuinely one of my favorites in the entire series. Ooh, and I love the special items that you can get with each character. Oh my god, this game is so cool! Yeah, I could totally see why this game would be considered a fan favorite. It's definitely one of my favorite games on the GameCube, and I would highly recommend giving it a go if possible. And Nintendo, please bring back this gimmick in a future Mario Kart in a separate game mode. That would be so epic. Mario Kart Wii is goated. This game is genuinely excellent. The character roster, best in the entire series. The visuals, not as good as Double Dash, but still really nice looking. The courses? Need I say more? My only real issue with this game is that you trick with the D-pad on the GameCube controller, which is really weird, but oh well, it's not that big of a deal. But otherwise, this game is amazing. I love it. I wasn't really nostalgic for this game since I didn't own it growing up, but I absolutely love it to this day. It is really, really great, and you should try it if you haven't already. I miss the Wii era. I miss it a lot. I'll be back. I mean, come on, it's not even close. Mario Kart 8 is legit one of my top 3 games of all time. I feel like this game would have been at least top 10 if the Booster Course Pass hadn't happened, but with the Booster Course Pass, it absolutely bumped up to top 3. There is so much content packed into here. It is amazing. This game has the best roster out of any Mario Kart game, except for this thing. This game is visually beautiful, especially with the base 8 tracks. Unlike the Wii U version, the battle mode in this game is genuinely amazing. This may not be the best battle mode in the series, but it is at least close. The controls are truly perfect. It's super easy to drift and it feels so smooth too. And have I mentioned that this is the first Mario Kart game to even introduce guest racers? The fact that you can play as characters from Splatoon, Zelda, and Animal Crossing is awesome. While it's a basic choice, it is very easy to say that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is most certainly the pinnacle of this sub-series. While I am sad about the Booster Course Pass coming to an end, I'm also happy because we can embrace the future and see what Nintendo could possibly do next for this franchise. And Nintendo, please do not mess up the next Mario Kart game. I'll see y'all later. I hope you liked this video.